Good morning, children. Last class we have seen about heat, temperature measurement, and types of temperature also we have seen. Are you remembering? What are the types of thermometer? There are three types of thermometer: as clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, maximum minimum thermometer. Yes, so clinical thermometer is used to measure the temperature of human being. Then laboratory thermometer is used in a laboratory, and maximum minimum thermometer is used to measure the extremes of temperature at a particular place. Yes, today we are going to see about the topic transfer heat. So first class told that heat is a form of energy. Yes, so heat is a form of energy that get transferred from hotter object to colder objects. Okay, so heat, it is a form of energy which can be transferred from hotter object to colder object. Okay, here what is happening when the heat is transferred from hotter object to colder object? Hot body loses the heat energy and cold body will gain the heat energy. Okay, so when there is a transfer of energy or heat energy from hot object to cold object, hot body loses the heat energy and cold body gains the heat energy. Okay, and transfer of heat continues till both the bodies attain the same temperature. Okay, so when both the bodies get a particular temperature or attain the same temperature, the transfer of heat will get stopped. Okay, so until the two both hot body and cold body attaining the same temperature, the transfer of heat continues. So heat can be transferred from one body to other body by three modes. Okay, heat can be transferred from one body to other body by three modes. They are conduction, convection, radiation. Okay, so what are the three modes by which the heat will get transferred? Conduction, conversion, radiation. Okay, so by these three ways only heat can be transformed from or transferred from hot body to the cold body. So let us see briefly about the conduction, convection and radiation in this class. So first we can see about conduction. So conduction, mostly it will occurs in solid. So example, you must have experienced the metal spoon when we are keeping in a pan of boiling water, the metal spoon also get heated. Yes, this happens because heat from the hot liquid which is boiled in a flows into the metal spoon. So that process is called conduction. Okay, so conduction is the transfer of heat from the hotter to the colder end of a body or between two bodies at different temperature. We know when we are keeping the metal spoon in the pan of boiling water, metal spoon will be cold. But once they come into contact with the boiling water, the heat will get transferred from the hot liquid to the metal spoon, so that the temperature of the get differ. Yes, so what is meant by conduction? It is the transfer of heat from hotter to colder end of a body or between two bodies at different temperature. Understood, children? So transfer of conduction take place mostly in solid. It rarely happened in liquid and gases. Mostly it will take place in solid. So conduction occurs. When conduction will occurs? When the molecules at hotter end of an object acquire energy and vibrate. So while boiling or when the body get heated, the molecules present in the hot object, it will acquire energy and vibrate. For this we can say example, boiling water. So once the water get boil, the water molecules start to vibrate. Yes, so conduction occurs when the molecules at hotter end of an object acquire energy and vibrate. So due to vibration, the energy will be increasing, which result in increase in temperature. As the energy get increased, the vibration will also increase, which result in increase in temperature, so that vibrating molecule at the hotter end induces that vibration in the neighboring molecules. Okay, so once the mobile vibrating means we can feel the vibration because of the movement of mobile. Yes, in the same way here, the molecules of hot body, it will acquire energy which result in increase in temperature, and that vibration induces vibration in the neighboring molecules. So conduction occur between two objects when it's come to contact, and their temperature, the two objects which come in contact, their temperatures will not be same. So now we can see what is meant by conductors and insulators. So metals are called as good conductors of heat. Okay, what I mean by good conductors? So the substance which can conduct heat or which allow heat energy to flow through them are called as good conductors of heat. Okay, so by good conductors of heat, substance that allow heat energy to flow through them are called good conductors of heat. When we are heating that, it will occur the heat energy, or it will allow the heat energy to flow through them, are called as good conductors. Example for good conductor of heat is metals. Example for bad conductors, or bad conductor is also known as insulators. So they will not allow the heat energy to pass through them. Okay, so bad conductors means what? The substance which will not allow the heat energy to flow through them, that they are called as bad conductors or insulators. Example, wood, plastic, water and air. So in this picture you can see example for conductors and insulators. Yes, conductors example metals, and good bad conductors or insulators example plastic, wood, glass, etc. Now we can see application of conduction in daily life. So first we can see use of conductors. Metals which are good conductors of heat are used for making utensils like pan and pressure cooker. So metals, it is a good conductor of heat. It is used for making utensils like a vessel. So vessels which we are using in our home. So pressure cooker, how much we are heating also, it can tolerate the heating capacity, because as it is a good conductor of heat. Okay, so metals are used for making vessels like pan and pressure cooker. So mercury, it is a liquid metal which is used in thermometer. So as only we studied, mercury is used in thermometer due to the expansion property of it on heating. Okay, so when temperature get increased, mercury will expand and the temperature rises. So it is used as a conductor. Then use of insulators. So handles of cooking materials are made of plastics as wood or backlight because they are bad conductors of heat. So wool is also used to make woolen cloths that are woven in winter because wool is an insulator which traps the body heat. So these are application of conduction in daily life. Now we can move to next mode of heat transfer, that is called conversion. So conversion means what? Transfer of heat in liquids and gases. We know conduction will occur in solids, but conversion means it is the process of transfer of heat in liquids and gases from the hotter part of a substance to colder part by actual movement of particles. How it will take place? How the transfer of heat take place? By the movement of particles. So mixing of hot water in cold water. So best example is when we mix hot water in cold water, the mixed water becomes warm. So here what is happening? The molecules of hot water move to cold water and heat it up. Yes. So the movement of particles which causes transfer of heat, that is called conversion. So conversion means transfer of heat from the hotter part of a substance to colder part by the actual movement of particles. Example, mixing of hot water in cold water. So conversion is not possible in solid. Why it is not possible in solid? Because the molecule of solid is formed by strong intermolecular forces. So we know to break the solid particle is very difficult because the molecules are tightly packed, or it is having the intermolecular force is very strong. Okay, so molecules of solids have strong intermolecular force. Due to that, conversion is not possible in solid. So application of conversion in daily life. So now we are going to see application of conversion in daily life. So ventilators are made near the ceiling of room because the air we breathe out is warmer. It rises and goes out through the ventilator. Okay. After that, cool and fresh air enters the room through windows and doors, which are much below than the ventilators. So ventilators will be made near the ceiling of room. Why? Because the air we breathe, it will be warmer, it will rise us, and when it is going up, goes out through ventilators, and at the same time fresh air will enter through the window. Now heaters and blowers used to heat up a room should be placed near the ground level so that they heat the entire room by setting up conversion current. That means conversion current means the movement of particles. So once we are keeping the heater on the ground surface, the heat from the heater or blowers also, when we are keeping on the ground surface, the particles present in the heater can be easily spread to whole room. So conversion process is used in heaters and blowers. Then fireman, when we are seeing if any building catches fire, fireman will come to put off the fire. Yes, so the fireman usually they will crawl while entering a building because air and smoke are least near the ground. The air and smoke particle is least, so they will not get the hotness of the particular fire if they are crawling from the ground. So same conversion principle is used in air conditioners. So air conditioners, you know, it is used to cool rooms. AC we will say, no, air conditioners. So it is used to cool room, should be placed at higher level so that cold air is heavy, it will come down and cool the room. Then we are going to see about sea breeze and land breeze. This will also based on the conversion principle. So what is meant by sea breeze? Sea breeze, it will blows during the daytime. So during daytime, land get faster than water. So now just to imagine that you are going to beach during the daytime. Okay, so during daytime, land heat up faster than water. Okay, so that the air above the land also get heated and rises. Okay, so the land get faster heat than water, so the land air will be heat. At the same time, sea water is cooler. The air above the sea water is also cooler. It will rushes to take the place left by the hot air. So that when we are going to the beach or ocean, near ocean, during daytime, the cool breeze blows from the sea towards the land because the land get heat, heats up faster than water, and the sea water is cooler. The cold air will blows during the day towards the land, which make us to feel that coldness. So here you can see the picture of sea breeze. So land during the daytime, due to sunlight, land get heat up faster. At the same time, the sea will take time to get heat. It was cooler, and the cold breeze will move up towards, it will rise and it will be moving towards the land, which make us to feel cool. Now we are going to see land breeze. So land breeze is just opposite to the sea breeze. It blows during the night time. So during the night time, the land cools down faster and sea water is still heat, because during night time the land will cool down and sea water will be still, it is hot. The warm air above the sea, that means the warm air above the sea rises up, cooler air from above the land rushes to take its place. Thus a cool breeze blows from the land towards the sea, which is called sea breeze. So here during night time, the land will get cooler than sea water, because sea water will take more time to get cold. Okay, so during night time what will happen means the cool breeze, it will blows from the land towards the sea. Now we are going to see about next mode of heat transfer, that is radiation. So radiation requires no medium. So it is a transfer of heat, does not require any medium to transfer. It does not need any intermediate medium to transfer the heat. In the process, heat is transmitted in all directions from the hot body. So heat energy from sun reaches through radiation. So it is sunlight, you know, it is transmitted in all direction. Yes, so that is due to radiation. So the extent of radiation, it depends on the surface and color of the object. So if it is black or dark colored object, it can absorb more radiation heat than white and light colored object. Okay, so that only in summer season we have to wear the light colored cloth. Why means the black or dark colored cloth, it will absorb more heat and make us to become more hot. At the same time, if we are wearing white and light colored cloth, it will make us to get cool. So shiny and smooth surfaces reflect heat. Okay, so if the surface is shiny and smooth, it can reflect heat. So dark and rough surfaces, it can absorb more heat. So now we can see application of radiation. So radiation principle is used in electric room heaters which have mirrors or shiny surface which help direct all the heat from the heating coil towards the front of the heater. So you might have seen electric room heater. In that the mirror or shiny surface is placed which will reflect all the heat towards the heating coil which is placed in front of the heater. Then base of the cooking utensils, it is painted black so that they absorb more heat energy and cook in less time. Then dark colored clothes, it is more suitable for winter because they absorb more heat of the sun. Okay, so this is about application of radiation. So radiation principle is used in electric room heaters. It is used for making base of the cooking utensils will be painted black because it can absorb more heat energy and cook the food in less time. Then dark colored cloth will prefer more in winter because they absorb more heat of the sun. So this is about application of radiation. I hope that you all understand about today's topic. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Please listen to the video and understand it. Thank you, children.